I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Ready.
54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, Zoo.
54.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He'll check this down to Hines. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
On the double.
27, Mike 27. Kermit.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watson on 3rd down. He's got a man it's Williams. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 49-yard line.
He's set. 19.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Not today, you are. Not today.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Herbert. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Oh, they're up, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14, Texans 3.
On 2nd and 9, Watson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 4, check butt set.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Flushed out right. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Check 4.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
Next to score, Colts 14, Texans 10.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And the Colts first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Hey, lock it.
I'm coming for you, son.
5.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
That's it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
You can't block me.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike. Hey, exit.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
Here's a second and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Looking to throw. Herbert. The open man is Smith. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line. Roll out.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Off play action. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Off the play fake. Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right through. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
Throwing again. Herbert. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Mike, set. Here we go. Watch the 9. Watch the check 55. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Watson now, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 35. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 42 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Operating from the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Let's go. You tighten up.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On the ready.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Ready, set.
This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but first and 10 here.
Crouch. Shift.
Out of the pistol. Here's Hill. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Don't say nothing.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's caught by Coleman. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Ready. Hey, high 7.
Come on, dude.
From the gun on third down. Herbert throwing the out route and complete. It's Jordan. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Now Hill. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, it's Hines, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Ready, 30 base.
Right there, 54 Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop, let's go.
Ready.
Off play action. Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, Never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Motion, motion, motion. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Let's go, Mike. Let's go.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Mike 50. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. Let's go.
From the 50, it's Watson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson. Screenplay. Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
First down, Texans.
Watson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Here's Watson operating from the gun. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tyrell Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
On second down now, it's Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Colts on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
From the gun, Herbert. And he's got him in, Corey Davis. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Leo.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And 12 at the 47-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. Hines. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check right, 27. I hope you run to the left because I'm about to take you to school. Check.
There.
He's coming, Dylan.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, Herbert. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Here's Marlon Mack. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
I'm coming out.
Go on.
Check 31. Shit. Kill.
Ready.
Again, it'll be Mack. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy.
They come out here in the eye. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Under 10. 10. Come.
They'll run it with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down.
3 down.
26.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point good by Hopkins. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20, as his guys will set up shop at the 20. Three-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line. So Houston going to come away here with the victory.